Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to the Prem Bhakti Chandrika series by Srila Narottam Das Thakur. Today we are going to discuss verse number 48. The theme of this verse is path of path of spontaneous devotional service. So the verse goes like this: Ragera bhajana patha kahi ebe abhimata loka vedara sara e vani sakhira anugahaya vraja siddha deha paya sai bhave jura be parani. We will see the meaning and then we will see the elaboration of that. The meaning is like this: Ragera Bhajana Patha, the path of spontaneous devotion, Kahi Ebe Abhimata. Now I am going to narrate this. Succeeding verses will talk about the description of what is Raganuga Bhakti. Loka Vedasara E Vani. This is the essence of all that is present in instructions of this world or instructions of Vedas, the scriptures. Sakhira Anugahaya, following the footsteps of gopis, who are the friends or female friends of Radharani, young friends. Vraje Siddha Deha Paya, one will obtain one's eternal spiritual body in Vraj. Sei Bhave Jurave Parani, and in that mood will only one be completely satisfied, pacified in the heart. So let's try to understand in details what is Rag. There is a lot of curiosity about this, a lot of inquiry or a kind of wonder or something stimulates one's curiosity when one hears Raganuga Bhakti. What is that? What is this hue and cry all about? So let's try to understand. Ragera Bhajana Patha. Rag, what is Rag? Rag is attraction, spontaneous attraction. Ishte Swarasiki Ragaha Paramavishtada Bhavet Tanmaya Bhavet Bhakti Sa Ragatmikochate. That means the bhakti which is governed by the God Trishna or very strong thirst for the object who is Krishna, a very strong thirst, and which leads to Paramavishtada, constant absorption in Krishna. So, in a one particular mood, one develops a great eagerness or longing for Krishna, which leads to great absorption in Krishna's name, form, pastime, services. That is Ragatmika Bhakti. So, who has Ragatmika Bhakti? Ragatmika Bhakti Mukhya Raganu Brajavasi Jane. Virajantim Abhivyaktam Brajavasi Janadishu. Ragatmika Manusruta Yasa Raganugochate. So, this Ragatmika Bhakti is present in the Nitya Siddha associates of Krishna in Vrindavan, like Nanda Yashoda, like Subal Sridama, like Radharani Lalita Vishakha. So in them this Ragatmika Bhakti is present, and following their footsteps, that Bhakti which is performed is Bhakti in Raganuga Bhakti, which is a Rag Bhakti in practice. So how does one get qualification, and when does one become qualified to perform Raganuga Bhakti? That is also mentioned by Srila Rupa Goswami. When one's get greed in the heart to follow that raga, we don't have raga, but by hearing Krishna Katha from exalted devotees, or by seeing the beauty of Krishna, when the mercy of Krishna, by mercy of Krishna, when one starts thinking that, oh, let this be mine, oh, let me also serve like how Rup Manjari is serving, for example. So that strong thirst, or not strong thirst actually, strong greed to have that kind of thirst for Krishna the way the Nitya Siddhas are having, that is called lobe, and that gives one adhikar. So how does that lobe come in the heart? First of all, what is that lobe? तत्तद भावादि माधुर्ये श्रुते धीर यद अपेक्षते न शास्त्रम नैव युक्तिम च तल्लोभोत्पत्ति लक्षणम. तत्तद भावादि माधुर्ये श्रुते, when one hears from bona fide sources the mood of Brajvasis towards Krishna in their particular mood, towards one particular mood one feels a kind of idam mama bhuyat feeling. That means let this be also mine, let me also serve in this way. Natra Shastram na yuktim cha tallobhatpatti lakshanam, and which is not dependent on scriptural injunctions of do this, do that. Of course, to perform Raganuga Bhakti, one does require scriptural injunctions, but to get lobha or to get greed, it is not dependent on the restrictions laid down by scriptures or yukti or logic. Why do you want to serve Krishna in that way? There is no logic behind that. No, I just want to do it. It just my heart says that. So that is lobha that gives one adhikar to perform it. And usually it happens Shri Murtir Madhurim Preksha Tattal Leela Nishamyava. So hearing Krishna's pastimes, especially the Vrindavan pastimes, not especially, basically the Vrindavan pastimes or exclusively Vrindavan pastimes. Uh, when one so when I say exclusively, it doesn't mean that one doesn't hear other pastimes, but exclusively the Vrindavan pastimes, hearing only gives him that grade. That's what is to be construed from this. And then once one practice starts, it's not that it is the end of the world for him, like, or end of the end of the practice for him. It's not perfection. It is the beginning. And then under the guidance of bona fide spiritual master, he thinks himself internally as that particular follower of that particular Rajvasi whom he is idolizing, whom he is whom he is seeing as his role model, and trying to follow his ways. So when one performs bhakti for some amount of time, Vaidhi bhakti practice, when heart becomes somewhat clear like a crystal, then Jiva Goswami explains, if he's fortunate enough, then by hearing from those who are uh, all those who are having this kind of bhakti already, from their heart, moon of that raga shines in the crystal of the heart of the practitioner, and then he gets the taste, ruchi, or the greed to follow the practice which will lead to that perfection. Okay, something very similar to, like, you come in contact, we have that kind of attitude towards inclination inside you, and then you hear about some great engineer or somebody, and then you think that, oh, let me also have that kind of profile. And then what does it take to become engineer? Oh, it requires to study 4 years in a particular university. Oh, for that what I need to do? Oh, for that I need to do study for the entrance exam. Oh, let me start studying now itself. So that is how we do, right, in this world. So in similar way, same principle is applied for the spiritual world. Sakhira Anuga Haya, trying to follow, and here Narottam Das Thakur specifically says Sakhira Anuga. Because Raganuga Bhakti could be of four types: following Raktak Patrak in the Dasya Bhav, following Sridama, Subal, etc., Madhumangal in Sakya Bhav, following Nanda Maharaj Yashodamaya in Vatsalya Bhav, following Lalita Vishakha or Rup Manjari, Rati Manjari in Madhurya Bhav. Well, following Manjaris comes more like in Madhurya Bhavollasa Rati. Even it is the pinnacle of Madhurya Bhakti. So, Sakhira Anuga Hoya Braja Siddha Deha Paya. What does one attain in at perfection? That whatever he internally perceived himself to be, under the guidance of Guru and under the guidance of Krishna. Uh, so Krishna Tadbhakta Karunya Matra Labhaika Hetuka. It is mentioned that this greed one gets only by special mercy of Guru and Krishna, or Krishna's devotee and Krishna. And then at perfection, whatever he was thinking about in particular service, same form he will obtain. Just like it is mentioned, Kita Peshas Krutam Dhyayan Kudyam Tena Praveshitaha Tat Sarupyatam Yati Purva Rupam Asantyajan. Just like some wasp who kidnaps an insect and puts him under prison of that his his house, and that because of constantly thinking of that wasp in the mind out of fear, that insect becomes the wasp. So similarly, constantly thinking of a particular Vrajvasi and oneself as follower of that Vrajvasi, one will ultimately, it's a devotional science, ultimately attain that form in which he can serve Krishna appropriately. Sahi bhave jurabe parani, and then his heart will be completely satisfied. Till that point, he will be so desperate to have that. Uh, so that is the crux of today's verse. What does that Raganuga Bhakti involve? What does that practice involve? We will discuss in some other verse where, in future verses, of course, where Narottama Das Thakur will elaborate that. There we will see these things in the detail. For now, I think we will conclude here. And Krishna willing, we will meet again. Till then, have a very nice Krishna conscious day. Hare Krishna.